Hello, this is Carrie with Cookbook Divas and Cookbook Divas Shops, which is our YouTube shopping channel. I also wanted to live stream this children's books to our YouTube channel that's called Storybook Living, but it's a baby channel and they don't let me go live yet over there. So you can watch us on Amazon Live or over on YouTube at Cookbook Divas Shops because I don't like to live stream about children's books to Cookbook Divas because they're not cookbooks. So the first book I wanted to chat with you about today is The Star Child, but I want to get my chat up and going over on Amazon and say hello. And if you want to chat with me, you can go to the YouTube Cookbook Divas Shops or over here right on Amazon Live. And I'm going to go. Oh, hi. Let's look at my live stream. I just want to greet the viewers over on Amazon. Welcome to Book TV with Cookbook Divas. Okay. So I bought The Star Child because it is a Grimm's fairy tale retelling, and I love those. And I have a storybook and picture book fairy tale collection, but I normally only collect Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, Snow White. They happen to be Disney princesses, but I've been collecting them before the Disney princess craze. So there's a used copy of this book on Amazon for $3.04. I think it's worth it. There was once a young girl whose only possessions were the clothes on her back and a piece of bread that some kind soul had given to her. But even these few things meant much to others less fortunate even than herself. And in selfless love, the girl gave the little she had away. And in this beautiful tale from the Brothers Grimm, her virtue is rewarded 1,000 times over. So we'll take a little peek. I can't read you these books because they're copyrighted, but I can give you a little fair use preview of the beautiful artwork. And each page has that one has 5 sentences. This one has 4. I would probably read this to a 4 and 5-year-old, and a 6, 7-year-old could read it to themselves. The little boy's eyes opened wide in surprise when he put on the soft hat. Farther along the road, Mathilde came across a young boy with his mother. The boy only had a thin shirt. You get the drift. She's giving away almost everything she has to people poorer than herself. The artwork is kind of I want to say colored pencil style, but more complicated than that. It's not watercolor. She met a family so poor their young child had nothing to wear but a piece of dirty cloth. And I don't want to ruin the ending, but she's called Star Child for a reason. That's The Star Child by the Brothers Grimm, and I think it's a steal at $3. So the next, let's see, toss it away so I don't lose it. I wanted to chat about the Snow White live action novelization from the Disney movie. The movie itself is getting horrible reviews, really mean ones, but I really enjoyed it. There were some dumb parts with the dwarves being really just silly. So I'm going to show you the Funko Pop as well. I cannot say that I can recommend the novelization. It's basically just everything that's happening on screen, including the dialogue, just typed out into the book. There wasn't a lot of creativity, unfortunately. I was pretty disappointed and had to stop reading. You could probably buy this for a 10-year-old that cares about Snow White that would enjoy it. And there's just a few pictures from the film in the middle of the book. And mostly it's just verbatim everything you see happening on screen. I much prefer the novelization of The Nightmare Before Christmas that gives Sally Skellington important things to do, and it's super well written and beautiful and evocative of autumn. I much prefer that one. But just in case you have a kiddo that really cares about Snow White, this one is on sale today, 22% off. It's the Snow White live action movie novelization, and I'm probably going to donate this copy to a children's hospital. But the Funko Pop that I got to go with it is adorable. Highly recommend. This is Snow White holding the apple. Now, it's not the poison apple that kills her. In the beginning of the movie, no spoilers, the villagers are picking apples and sharing them and making pies and cakes out of them, etc. So this is Funko Pop number 1423. She's not on sale. She's the regular Funko price of about $13. Let me take her out of the box so you can see a close-up. She's portrayed by a Latina actress. And there's her red hair bow and her little elegant princess dress. And she's holding an apple. Super cute. I'm going to put her away later. She's $12.99. All right, do we have any Harry Potter fans in the house? We probably do. I wanted to show you. Whoops. That's at the bottom of the pile. Excuse me. This is a Lego Harry Potter Magical Year at Hogwarts. Spend a year at Hogwarts with Harry Potter and his friends. It's for ages 6 and up, and it has 70 pieces. There's 3 little minifigures. It includes activity and a fact book and a paper scene. And there's a lot more pieces than we could see through the window. And here's the book, which I'll give you a quick preview of. Lots of things to do, starring the Lego Harry Potter figures. A little bit of a story, some activities. Definitely great for keeping your kid busy on a road trip or even at a restaurant if they can play quietly with it, etc. It comes in this box. And the best part is it's 56% off today on Amazon. What? Are you serious? I know, right? Put that over there where my puppy hopefully cannot get it. Let me see exactly what it is on sale and what's going on. Where is that? $10.90. Wow, it's 56% off, dropping it down to $11 for a hardcover book and some Lego toys to play with it. It was technically a Christmas activity book, but I don't care that it's spring. It's still pretty cool. The next book I wanted to show you is another activity book. If you have a young Alice in Wonderland fan or maybe even a teenager, this is the Alice in Wonderland Make Your Own Art Masterpiece by Flame Tree Publishing in the UK. So it is a adult coloring book. But they're going to teach you a little bit about Alice. And the original Tennille illustrations are here. And here's the Mad Tea Party, which is hard to show on my camera. There it is. There's Alice sitting at the head of the table. I haven't colored any of these yet. And then they give you an idea of what it could look like on that page. This is the Mad Hatter. On that page, this is definitely for older kids or teenagers or grown-ups. The Mad Hatter hurriedly leaves the trial, and there he is running away. So it is the vintage style illustrations. It's not, other than this page, it's not one of the most intricate coloring books I've ever seen, which I like because I don't want to spend hours going ding, 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 very carefully with a pen or a pencil. No. Here's the Queen of Hearts, dispute between the executioner, king, and queen. So that's basically what it is. It's the Alice in Wonderland Make Your Own Art Masterpiece. Let's see what the sale deal is on this one. It's $11.90 today because it's 30% off. And of course, if you're watching this video on the replay, these will not be on sale when you're watching them, but they may or may not be, but probably not. These prices are just for today. What's today? March 30, 2025. So that was a couple activity books. And next, I wanted to show you the Cottingley Fairies book. I just bought it for myself for my children's book collection and because I love the Cottingley Fairies. It is beautifully illustrated, but a bit kind of dark and bleak. I'm not sure I would read this to an actual kid, to be honest, because the artwork is just kind of, oh. It's not on sale. It's $17.95 for a new picture book. So if you remember the story of the Cottingley Fairies, 2 little girls in the 1910, does it say? Basically, spoiler alert, they drew fairies on paper and colored them and took them into the garden and used an early camera to photograph them so that they looked real. And they were published in a newspaper, and all these people started coming, and the girls got famous. And Sir Arthur Conan Doyle came out, and he really wanted to watch the girls photograph the fairies, and they said, no, if you're there, you'll scare them away. And so he was investigating it, but even he wasn't very skeptical, and he kind of fell for it for a long time. So this is an illustrated version of that story, and they're drawing the fairies on paper and using an old camera to photograph it, and it looks real once you print out the photo. Not print, but develop back then. And here's people coming to see them, so I don't want to spoil the ending, but that gave you a pretty good preview of the artwork looks like. And since I have a collection of books about the Cottingley Fairies hoax, I had to add this to my collection. So it's the Cottingley Fairies, and Anna Sender is both the author and the illustrator, and that's kind of rare in children's books. Usually you have a different illustrator if you're the author. So I'm glad I could show you this. Let me know if you have any questions about it. Be sure to click follow if you like books, children's books, cookbooks, toys, games. I have lots of games, plush toys, and gourmet food, because that's what I talk about on my Amazon live streams. I'm also over on YouTube as Cookbook Divas Shops, and that's where you'll see my product videos and a few unboxings. What should we talk about next? How about A Puzzle by Pippi Post? Literary Locations. And I'll move this book up so we can look at it while we're chatting. So Pippi Post is an illustrator, and I want to say her name is Alexa or Alexandra. And only a few of her products are available on Amazon, and this is one of them. It's Literary Locations, a 500-piece puzzle, and of course it's for kids age 5 and up. And a 5-year-old has not heard of Pemberley, so I would say older kids. Pemberley, Treasure Island, The Secret Garden, Green Gables, Wonderland, Camp Lawrence, Neverland, The March House from Little Women, The Emerald City of Oz, etc. And what I like about it is the pieces are a bit bigger, so they're easier for little hands to manipulate. I haven't put this together yet. It's very colorful, and it's a great gift for book lovers and book nerds. Sadly, it is not on sale. It's $25.99 today here on Amazon. The next book I wanted to show you, if I can find it in here. Whoops! I'm looking for it. The Doll House, a pop-up lift the flap book. 2 fun things in one. Now, in my carousel, it says it's not available, but I did see some used copies on Amazon. So you open it up, and the front has the windows kind of cut out. It's very tactual. So you can't actually go in the dollhouse or put a doll in there. But the front door does open, and you can peek inside and see the little scenes. I see a living room with a purple couch and a lot of bookshelves in there. I don't know if you can see. And there's, on the next page, you have the dollhouse dolls, but they're not paper dolls. You can't cut them out. But there's a lift the flap feature, so you can see more, and it's very interactive. And the toy box opens, and you see the toys that are in there, and you're just using your fingernail to open them. This is the Doll Buttercream Bakery. Now, when I was a kid, if I had a book like this, I would either play with it with my action figures, like my Star Wars figures, and make them go inside, or I would just sit there and look and tell myself stories about the people that lived in there, or I would put my paper dolls in front of it and pretend it was their house. There's lots of ways you can play with this book. And these seem to be British style, like London townhome style businesses and buildings. And Doll Buttercream Bakery, here's Antoine and Marie in a cookbook. Here's the recipe book, which you can open, and there's actually little recipes in there. It's cute. Miss Maple's birthday cake. You can lift the flap. I don't want to lift all the flaps and ruin it for you. The next page is the Doll Enchanted Emporium, and nothing lifts on this side. The Doll Enchanted Emporium, of course, has some little flaps that you can get into. That one I'm not ready to pull open. And the Doll Elementary School. And then some lift the flaps, like the school lockers. That's not a very messy locker. I had a messy locker. And that's the end of the book. So it's a pop-up book, but also a lift the flap. And I just think it helps engender imagination. You can play with it any way you want. I love it. I don't know how much it is. Sorry. But click on it to take a look. And Amazon will show you if there's any copies available at the moment. It's probably sold out because it's so cool. So I wanted to look through some sticker dolly dressing books with you. I'm an aunt and a cousin and a grandma. And so I always, always, always have things like this available for car trips, restaurants, etc. This is the Sticker Dolly Dressing Magical Kingdom. It's on sale 25% off. And most of these have kind of gilt on the cover, making it look fancy. And then they have little stories and scenes for the paper dolls to be featured. It's not paper dolls, it's sticker dolls. And what I like about this paper is it's high quality, but you can also put the sticker down, and if you change your mind about where to move it, if you're careful, you can move it a few times until it's not sticky anymore. We have toadstools. So you're going to take the stickers from this half of the book, pick them off carefully with your fingernail, and some kids might need help doing that without tearing them. And then you can set them down wherever you want on the story part of the book. And there's just a little paragraph about what the fairies are doing. I see a boy fairy. It's diverse cast of characters, all sorts of different skin tones. This one's a little bit scary. It's the 2-page fold. It's the Twinkling Treetops. Well, it's not haunted. Castle in the Clouds, and this is Honeydew and Saffron. There's a unicorn, which seemed to be pretty in right now. We're looking through the Sticker Dolly Dressing Magical Kingdom sticker book by Usborne. And you used to have to order Usborne specially from like resellers like moms groups or ladies that would come to your house and sell children's books, and now they are available on Amazon and at some bookstores. I love that. Magic Lanterns. I just love how colorful and cheerful this book is and magical. Watery World. You have to have some mermaids nowadays. Ice Palace. Now this isn't a Disney book, so they can't say Anna and Elsa and all that. Flickering Firelight. Very magical. But let's look at the stickers. So Water Lily Lake is where they recommend you use these costumes, but a kid could put them wherever they want. Here's the Towering Toadstools with some scary bugs that I don't want to look at. And the sticker pages are not double-sided, which is fine. It's high-quality paper. There's Twinkling Treetops, Forest School with little outfits made out of leaves, lots of accessories. And look, you can put little houses in the forest. I love this. And usually these sticker books have one page of extra gilt sparkly stickers, but those are more expensive to produce, so they usually only have one. Here's the mermaid and dolphins page. I hope you're enjoying this preview of the sticker book. And they have some capes. So it's very fantasy oriented. This is the Sticker Dolly Dressing Magical Kingdom book, 25% off today on Amazon Live. Be sure to hit the heart button if you're enjoying the live stream. It helps the influencer that you're watching in some way. I don't know. It encourages us. Hearts! I have some more sticker books to look at, but first I wanted to show you a cute, nerdy Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe board book for babies. It's Narnia! C.S. Lewis, pictures by Joey Chow. Harper is the publisher. Once upon a time, 4 children stepped through a wardrobe and into the magical land of Narnia. This is what happened, a retelling of Narnia. In a board book so that babies can chew on it. One day, playing hide and seek, Lucy finds a wardrobe and goes in. And she meets Mr. Tumnus. And here's what's happening. This is high quality, glossy, chewable paper because a baby's going to slobber all over it and then you can just wipe it off. This is a great way, if you're a literature nerd, as I am, and as you probably are if you're watching this live stream, to get your baby hooked on fantasy classics early on. And the witch is not super scary. She's actually cute and pretty. Animals. And I don't want to spoil the ending, but you know how The Lion and the Witch and the Wardrobe ends, so that's okay. And it's cheerful and colorful. There's the lion, Aslan. I don't know how to pronounce that, actually. And there's the witch again. It's a beautiful board book, and it can be yours for $7.79 today because it's on sale 22% off. They also have a paperback version for slightly older kids. This is the baby board book. I love it, and I'm adding it to my baby nerdy fantasy board book collection, which I do have. I have a lot of those. Speaking of nerdy books, let's check out Goodnight Hobbiton, a Lord of the Rings inspired Goodnight Moon type of book. Let me move my book stack up now that now that we've gone through them so you can see some of the other books we're going to be looking at. That way I don't have to bend over when I get them. Goodnight Hobbiton is $9.69. It's not printed on the best paper. It looks like a self-published book, but I had to own it anyway. It's kind of flimsy. But I love the concept. Let me read you just a couple quick sentences. Behind a round green door, there was a cozy room and plenty of food, where a map of the world could be viewed. And there were 12 dwarves eating on borrowed seating, and a pantry all raided and beards all braided. You get the drift. There's a bunch of hobbits. It's cute. I wanted you to see the artwork style. Goodnight door, goodnight mouse. And as anybody who's been around a kid knows, if you start reading a kid Goodnight Moon or books like it with the sing-song, very repetitive tone, they will fall asleep, and we love that. So this is Goodnight Hobbiton. I just wish it was a hardback and more sturdy, but it's cute. It is $9.69 today on Amazon Live. Drop me a note if you are a Lord of the Rings fan. Next, we did that one. I don't want my voice to give out. I'm going to find my bubbly soda. Here it is. Bubbly sparkling water. Okay, let's look at some more sticker books. I'm looking for them. Here it is. My Sticker Dress Up Fairies is the next one. And I want to play with these too. This one is on sale 26% off, dropping it down to $7.36. It has some silver gilt on the front, over 350 reusable stickers. This one's a little different because it's not by Usborne. It says, "Welcome to Fairyland. Today is going to be magical. Today is Fairy Day." I wish every day could be Fairy Day. The paper is still good quality, but not as thick as Usborne's is, and I'm worried about resticking stickers because it's not very glossy. These are nature fairies. They're adorable. Pixie fairies. Fairy jars. That's kind of clever. I mean, don't keep the fairy in the jar forever, right, Tinkerbell? Fairy wands. That's kind of nice. Sweet treats. So definitely different than Usborne. They have their own take on it. Tooth fairies. Dancing fairies. You're never going to get bored. Let's look at the stickers, though. Okay, sticker closet. Very colorful. This is very glossy paper. These are definitely feeling like they're going to restick. I love the Scandinavian pattern on that one. Fairy wands, pixie fairies. There's a lot of flowers that you can put on the wands or decorations. Here are sweet treats. Candy-coated dresses. Definitely a Scandinavian design feel to this one. Tooth fairies. Lots of flowers going on. And these, because they're not Usborne, don't have that one set of pages of gilt, extra sparkly, but it's still adorable. This is My Sticker Dress Up Fairies, and I believe it's by Sourcebooks. It is Sourcebooks Wonderland. Next, let's do one more sticker book and we'll go back to fiction. Sound good? I have some library books that I got and I want to show them to you. This is My Sticker Dress Up book, Dancers. Over 350 reusable stickers. The dancers are welcome back. They're at the, what do you call this? The bar. Yes. Excuse me. Practice makes perfect. It's showtime. Tippy Toes princesses with a carriage. Sleeping Beauty ballerinas. Sassy jazz. Lights, camera, action. Lovely lyrical. And a photo album, my favorite costume. And here comes the stickers. Super colorful, lots of orange and hot pink and teal, which is my favorite color. Ooh, here comes the ballet dresses. Oh, yes. You definitely want to get this for a little ballerina in your life. This is getting fancy. I would have loved this as a kid, and I wasn't even a ballerina. I was too clumsy to barely even walk, much less dance. People would have paid me to not dance. Here's some tutus that they tried to make look sparkly, lights, camera, action. And I like the little accessories and the medals that they can win. So this is My Sticker Dress Up Dancers, and it's on sale 27% off today on Amazon. All right, this is The Little Red Stroller, and I haven't looked through it yet, so pardon me while I look up and see what is this about. It's by Joshua First. When Luna is born, her mommy gives her a little red stroller. It accompanies her and her mommy through all the activities of their day until she outgrows the stroller and is able to pass it down to a toddler in her neighborhood who now needs it. And so the stroller lives on, getting passed from one child to the next, highlighting for preschool readers the diversity of families. Some kids have two mommies, some have two daddies, some have just one parent, and they're all from different cultures. So let's take a look. I'm going to go back to this window. The Little Red Stroller. There's the stroller in question. There's the mommy, the stroller in the background. They're going through their town, meeting people, going to stores, meeting lots of families, other kids. There's a carousel and many, many pages actually. And each page has about 2 or 3 sentences. I would read this to a 3 to a 5-year-old, and a 7, 8-year-old could read it to themselves. And I notice the kids still like picture books when they're 7 and 8. It's not babyish. Taj and his mommy and daddy, or Taj, and they're feeding alpacas. They're downtown. Callie and Gigi and Ernie and Taj. And here's some of the families that they're meeting along the way when they're pushing the little red stroller. Now, this is the library copy, but you could buy one on Amazon. It's 12% off today, dropping it down below $17. I need to put this in my library pile. And I need to shut my office door because I have a puppy that unfortunately likes to chew books. Can't chew library books. Oh. Next, this is Hedy Lamarr's Double Life, From Hollywood Legend to Brilliant Inventor. Let's take a look at this one. I actually haven't looked through this yet either. Excuse me. Ooh, her glamorous dress. Hedy's greatest invention was the technology known as frequency hopping spread spectrum. This is the scientific breakthrough that helps keep our cell phone messages private, very important, and defends our computers from hackers. So probably you would read this to a 10, 11-year-old, or they could read it with you because there's a lot going on. I wouldn't read this to a kid under like 9 because they might get bored. But we're learning about her life. I love the illustration style. She asked George if the United States Navy faced a similar problem with her torpedoes. They did. She's playing piano. Frequency, this is how she came up. So it's a very sciencey STEM book. Definitely be sure to read it to girls whenever possible because we want to encourage them to get into science. So this is Hedy Lamarr's Double Life, and it's $12.99 today on Amazon. My voice is trying to give out. I only did 2 live streams today. My voice should be fine. Next, another sciencey STEM book, Born Curious. Excuse me. Where is it? Oh, here it is. This might be the last book we are talking about today. 20 girls who grew up to be awesome scientists. And each girl or woman gets a giant illustration, which I'm trying to show you. Flipping through is, there we go. It looks like they each get a couple pages of text about who they were and why they were important. So let's grab one. Rosalind Franklin, molecular biologist, 1920 to 1958. And then 1, 2, 3 pages about her and her achievement, and a quote and a fascinating fact, which they're going to do for every woman. This is Marie Tharp, geologist and cartographer. And 1, 2, 3 pages about her, plus her achievement, her quote, and a fascinating fact. Vera Cooper Rubin is an astrophysicist. I hadn't heard of most of these. Tu Youyou, a pharmacologist. This is fantastic. Lynn Alexander Margulis. I like that they have her name at the top of the page about her. And here's her achievement, quote, and fact. Christiane Nusline Volhard, a biologist. So they're from all different countries and they're all women scientists that were born curious. Super important book to encourage our girls to become scientists when they grow up if they want to. I hated science class. I said no, so I became a writer and eventually influencer. This book is 44% off today, dropping it down to $11.19. It's a very important book. So that is all the books that I wanted to show you today. I went through all of them. I hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to hit the follow button over here on Amazon Live and over on YouTube. Please subscribe to Cookbook Divas Shops if you enjoy live streams like this. And I'm working on getting Storybook Living on YouTube able to live stream, and you can see me over there too. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.